Kyrie Irving has been suspended for a minimum of 5 games for sharing a link to a documentary that has been considered to be anti-Semitic that is currently being shared with an Amazon distribution. That is, Amazon is distributing this documentary. And people are convinced that Kyrie Irving broke an unbelievable perspective by sharing this video, broke a cardinal rule of the NBA, evidently. Now, here, let me just be clear. I don't think that any player should be suspended for anything that they say that has to do with their personal opinions. You can agree or disagree with Kyrie Irving on this issue, and I disagree with him. I think that anti-Semitism, much like being racist against against white, black, Asian, Hispanic, or homophobic, it's just lazy, right? I'm anti all forms of identity politics judgment, as in, I'm going to judge you as a member of this group as being less worthy, all right? That's my personal opinion. But I'm more troubled by the idea that words are violence that has taken root in American sports. And I said this years ago when what owners said in their private lives became grounds to demand that they sell teams. I said eventually this is going to become an issue for players too. Because if the precedent is, if you have ever said something that I don't like, which is the precedent now, we can force you to have to sell your franchise. Sooner or later, that precedent is going to wrap up a player too. And that's what's going on with Kyrie Irving. So I disagree with Kyrie Irving's position, but I'm more troubled by the NBA's position of we can suspend you if we don't like your opinion. This is particularly the case because the Brooklyn Nets are the team that is suspending Kyrie Irving. And the owner of the Brooklyn Nets is a man named Joe Tsai, who is a Chinese national. Believe he's an immigrant that may have dual citizenship right now. I presume that that is the case. I'm not an expert in his immigration status. But what's interesting about Joe Tsai is he is very much plugged in with the Chinese Communist Party. And he has refused to condemn their genocide against the Muslim Uyghur population. In fact, Joe Tsai tweeted, "I'm disappointed Kyrie appears to support a film based on a book full of anti-Semitic disinformation. I want to sit down and make sure he understands this is hurtful to all of us. And as a man of faith, it's wrong to promote hate based on race, ethnicity, or religion." So my question for Joe Tsai, owner of the Brooklyn Nets, is this. If you are suspending Kyrie Irving for promoting hate based on race, ethnicity, or religion, and you say you are a man of faith, why will you not condemn the Chinese government for actually executing a genocide on the Muslim Uyghur population? Why are you suspending Kyrie Irving for not adequately condemning anti-Semitism, but you yourself will not condemn China's genocide of the Uyghur population? And on top of that, why is no one in the media, in the world of sports, just about except for me, pointing out Joe Tsai's clear issues here? There's a ton, probably 1,000 people out there who cover the NBA for a living. Joe Tsai's team is located in New York City. How is no one pointing out that Joe Tsai is suspending Kyrie Irving for anti-Semitism while simultaneously not being willing to condemn genocide of the Muslim population? Why is an owner being held to a lesser standard than a player? Why is the NBA not getting involved here if they claim to care about human rights and basic equality for every religion around the world, why is Kyrie Irving being suspended for alleged anti-Semitic behavior? But there is no requirement that Joe Tsai actually say that he rejects Chinese genocide of Muslims. And ask yourself, why is Kyrie universally attacked and no one, almost other than me, will even mention Joe Tsai and China? Why is no media other than me out there saying, hey, Joe Tsai, okay, your position is you're going to suspend Kyrie Irving for anti-Semitism. Why don't you hold yourself to the same standard when it comes to genocide against the Muslim Uyghur population? And if Adam Silver is going to sit down and meet with Kyrie Irving to discuss his anti-Semitic behavior, why is Adam Silver not sitting down to discuss with Joe Tsai his refusal, that is Tsai's refusal, to condemn Muslim genocide in China? In fact, Joe Tsai is a partner of the Chinese Communist government, and he has helped to facilitate actual genocide in China. Now, Joe Tsai, I put it on social media, asked him, easy question, why won't you condemn? Why will you not condemn the Muslim Uyghur genocide? Says nothing, but he has no problem going on Twitter condemning Kyrie Irving. Again, my point here is apply a standard evenly across the board, okay? I don't agree with suspending anybody for words. I've made that clear. In fact, I even go a step beyond that. If you've listened to me for a long time, I don't even like the idea of the NFL or the NBA or Major League Baseball or the NHL or any league investigating players for alleged wrongdoing off the court or off the field, period. If the criminal justice system investigates you, that's fine. You are an American citizen. You're subject to the criminal justice system just like I am. But I don't think that the sports leagues should be in the business of conducting their own investigations and punishing players, and that's when there are actual criminal acts that may be occurring. I certainly don't agree with the idea that if you have an opinion that people decide is unacceptable, that response should be a suspension. Because I think that actually makes things worse. Now, I don't agree with Kyrie. I agreed with Kyrie on the COVID shots. I disagree with Kyrie on his opinions regarding Jews and the anti-Semitic documentary that he may well have shared. Although I do think it's a fair question to ask, why is everybody mad at Kyrie Irving for sharing a link and nobody asking about Amazon deciding to host the documentary? I think that's a fascinating question. Why are you going after an athlete when you got one of the biggest companies in the world that is actually distributing this documentary? But I do think this is an important, okay? The cure for speech that you do not like is more speech. That used to be a liberal perspective. That used to be something that was widely argued by Democrats. They've now abandoned it. They believe if you share any opinion that they find offensive, you shouldn't be able to share it. This is what Elon Musk is now dealing with Twitter. They try to cancel you if you believe now in the marketplace of ideas. This is one of many reasons why I think we need a red wave, a red tsunami on Tuesday. But we have abandoned, this is long-time belief. The ACLU defended the right of Nazis to march in Skokie, Illinois, not because they agree with the Nazis, but because they support the principle of free speech. Now, you can say, well, this is not free speech because the government's not involved. That's true. But the precedent that is being set is one that will lead to people being suspended for sharing opinions that are considered to be unacceptable. And so, I'm just asking the question, why is Kyrie Irving being suspended for anti-Semitic comments while Joe Tsai has no criticisms leveled at him at all for supporting and allowing the Chinese government to continue Muslim genocide?